Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to 90 Day Fiancé latest news. Fans all over the world are shocked to learn that 90 Day Fiancé star Chantel Everett secretly married her new fiancé Ashley Bowen just 2 days ago. A candid wedding photo of the pair has gone popular on Instagram, and people have been both praising and criticizing it in the comments. Reliable sources have confirmed that the marriage did happen. However, Chantel's family was not there. Fans are going back to Chantel's past with her ex-husband Pedro Jimeno and wondering what this unexpected new turn implies for her personal life and her place in the world of reality TV. The news came out gently at first, but then it blew up into a conflagration that no one saw coming. 2 days ago, Chantel Everett, a reality TV star who is recognized across the world for her tumultuous and headline-grabbing journey on 90 Day Fiancé, is said to have married her new partner, Ashley Bowen, in a secret ceremony. The rumors began as small waves on Instagram accounts that commonly talk about reality TV. But after a few hours, one photo showed up. It showed Chantel in a simple white dress standing next to Ashley, who wore a cut cream-colored pantsuit that looked sophisticated and elegant. The picture, which seemed like it was taken during a modest ceremony and was obviously candid, went viral right once. The internet wasn't just whispering anymore. It was screaming. The picture first showed up on a less popular fan website, but it quickly moved to bigger celebrity gossip sites. The comment was simple. Congratulations to Chantel Everett and Ashley Bowen. Married in secret 2 days ago. Red heart, rainbow hashtag 90 Day Fiancé hashtag love wins. The picture had a rawness that made it hard to believe it was fake. Fans and critics alike focused on the little things, such Chantel's distinctive features, the background that looked like a rented garden location in Atlanta, and the identical rings that sparkled in the sun. By the end of the night, the post had gotten hundreds of thousands of shares, reposts from big Instagram gossip accounts, and a flood of comments, some of which were genuine congrats and others of which were pure incredulity. Wow, was one comment. I never thought I'd see this side of Chantel. I hope she's happy, but wow. Didn't see that coming. Another person was more critical. Isn't this the same Chantel who dragged Pedro through the mud? Is she really rushing into a wedding again? The reactions were divisive, just like Chantel's complicated public image. Loved, hated, and never ignored. At first, doubters thought the viral photograph was either a Photoshop trick or a way to get attention, but the story changed a lot in less than 24 hours. A number of entertainment news sites said they had reliable sources close to the couple, who said that the marriage did happen. These sources say that the ceremony was small, and only a few close friends and allies were there. There were no big celebrations, no reality TV cameras, and most importantly, no family members from Chantel's side. This particular tidbit is one of the most talked about parts of the story. Chantel's troubled relationship with her family, which is regularly shown on The Family Chantel, has been a big part of her life for a long time. And the thought that she might have made such a life-changing promise without them there simply makes the break feel worse. To comprehend the cultural significance of Chantel's recent marriage, it is essential to reflect on the tumultuous dynamics of her previous relationship with her ex-husband, Pedro Jimeno. Their love story started in the first season of 90 Day Fiancé and quickly became its own show. Fans saw some of the franchise's most famous fights happen when cultural differences, trust concerns, and family feuds got out of hand. They were divorced after a lot of fighting. Pedro said Chantel was selfish and emotionally manipulative, while Chantel said Pedro used her for a green card and then left her. The whole story was told not only on TV, but also in court papers, leaked statements, and numerous fan theories. For a lot of people, Chantel's identity seemed to be tied to the pain of her broken marriage. Even the most devoted followers didn't see the story twist coming when they thought of her starting a new relationship, let alone a same-sex marriage. A lot of the interest in this marriage comes from the fact that we don't know much about Chantel's new husband. Ashley Bowen is not a well-known person, and she has not appeared on reality TV. The little that is known makes it clear that this woman is very different from Chantel's other relationships. Ashley is a businesswoman who has worked in event planning and real estate. People who know her say she is private, grounded, and fiercely loyal. Unlike Pedro, Ashley doesn't want to be famous, which many fans think may have attracted Chantel to her. A close friend of the couple said, "Ashley is everything Chantel has been looking for: stability, kindness, and the freedom to be herself without cameras or judgment." The difference between Ashley's private personality and Chantel's very public life makes for an interesting dynamic. Fans are now wondering if Ashley will ever be on reality TV, or if Chantel's next chapter will happen completely away from TLC's cameras. The comment sections on the Instagram post of the viral wedding photo turned into a fight over opinions. Some admirers were very clear in their support. Good for her. Chantel deserves to be happy after all the trouble Pedro put her through. Love is love. Red heart rainbow. Others were worried at how fast and secretive it was. This feels rushed. If it's real, why keep it a secret? Looks like another stunt. And then there were some who used Chantel's past against her. She dragged Pedro, made herself the victim, and now she's married again already? Girl hasn't learned. The split shows a bigger cultural debate. Do reality stars owe their viewers honesty when they make changes in their personal lives? Or do they have the right to privacy even when everyone else is interested in what they do? Maybe the most revolutionary thing about Chantel's new marriage is not the secrecy or the haste, but the change in who she is. For years, Chantel was seen in public as a straight lady dealing with the problems of an international marriage. Her choice to marry a woman, and to do it without telling anyone, changes the whole story. People are now wondering if Chantel has always identified as bisexual or queer, but didn't want to tell anyone. Is this something you just found out after years of pain? Was the secrecy of the wedding less about keeping things private and more about keeping her safe from backlash? Cultural critics have said that Chantel's choice might be a big step forward for LGBTQ+ inclusion on reality TV. But it also opens her up to criticism from people who say she's taking advantage of the situation or doubt the truth of her love story. The only thing missing from this story is how Chantel's family reacted. The Everetts have been unusually quiet, even though they are known for their strong opinions and engagement in every part of her relationship with Pedro. Nothing, no Instagram posts, no mysterious comments, no leaked pronouncements. This stillness is deafening, especially since the family has a history of being loud, dramatic, and even domineering. Are they dealing with the news on their own? Did they have no idea at all about the marriage? Or are they going to make a public remark at just the right time? The fact that the family wasn't involved makes people wonder even more. Maybe the secrecy was on purpose to keep the Everetts from getting in the way of yet another big decision in Chantel's life. Another important question is about TLC itself. Since Chantel is one of the network's most bankable stars, would her surprise marriage to Ashley Bowen be the main focus of a new season or spin-off? Or will the network back off because they don't know how to deal with such a big change in her story? People who work in the industry say that producers are probably in a hurry. Chantel's story has all the elements of a great reality show: scandal, shock, representation, and the chance for drama with her family. On the other hand, the fact that the marriage was kept secret could mean that Chantel doesn't want to show this new chapter to the cameras. If Chantel decides to keep her marriage off TV, it would be a big change from the openness that helped her become famous. But it could also be the key to keeping her current relationship going, away from the spotlight that ruined her last one. The excitement surrounding Chantel's marriage is a lot like the parasocial relationship between reality stars and their fans. Fans have been watching Chantel for years, getting emotionally involved in her successes and disappointments, and analyzing her decisions as if they were their own. Many people think that her choice to be married in secret breaks that tie. But to some, it's a welcome sign of independence. A woman who won't live her life for the cameras or the fans, but instead puts her own pleasure first. Chantel's marriage comes at a time when LGBTQ+ couples are getting more attention in the news. Scripted TV has traditionally included LGBTQ+ characters, but reality TV has been slower to catch on. Chantel's choice could mean that the genre is moving toward being more inclusive, whether she meant it to or not. This is something that people often critique about the genre. Her story also touches on bigger ideas, including the strength to start over after a breakup, how complicated family relationships can be, and how everyone wants love and stability. Chantel Everett and Ashley Bowen have not said anything publicly yet. Neither has made an official statement confirming or denying the marriage, but the popular photo and many media reports speak louder than words. It's hard to say what will happen next. Will Chantel enjoy being an LGBT reality TV star? Will Ashley become a public personality or stay a mystery? Will Chantel's relatives cause further controversy that brings their marriage back into the news? For now, one thing is clear. Chantel Everett has changed her story again, and followers are still fascinated, puzzled, and unable to turn away. Chantel Everett and Ashley Bowen's secret wedding has become more than just a gossip story. It's a cultural event that reminds us that reality stars are actual people who can change in ways that surprise us. This new chapter makes sure that Chantel's tale stays one of the most interesting in the 90-Day Fiancé universe, no matter how much you love her, loathe her, or can't stop watching her. And as the viral photo keeps going around, one thing is clear. Chantel Everett has once again shown that nothing remains the same for long in the world of reality TV, and the only thing fans can count on is that they will always have something to say. The news of 90-Day Fiancé star Chantel Everett's covert wedding to Ashley Bowen has officially settled down. As the viral photo of their wedding continues to spread online, new concerns are taking over the news. How is Chantel's family, who are known for being outspoken, reacting to being left out? What will TLC do with one of its biggest stars, who is now in a situation that even the producers didn't see coming? And how will viewers, who are divided between celebrating and being angry, change the story of a woman who has been under the watchful eye of reality TV for almost 10 years? The internet was shocked when the viral wedding photo originally appeared. Now, days later, the tale has gone from guessing to repercussions. Chantel Everett, who has long been one of TLC's most controversial stars, is now in a chapter that few people could have expected, and the effects are happening right now. Chantel and Ashley are still quiet. Neither has made an official remark. The photo and anonymous reliable sources are the only ones who can tell the story. Fans know that silence doesn't mean peace, though. It just leaves an empty space that others hurry to fill. Chantel's extended relatives were the first to speak up in the silence. Her parents, Karen and Thomas, and her siblings, Winter and River, have not said anything formal, but people close to the Everetts have intimated that they are getting angry. One insider said, they feel betrayed. Chantel didn't notify them, invite them, or even warn them. They learned about it the same way everyone else did. On Instagram. That hurt a lot. The Everett family, which is based on pride, protection, and public confrontation, has rarely let anything happen in Chantel's life without saying anything. Their stillness right now isn't constraint, it's a planned break. People who know them say they are getting ready to make a joint statement, which will probably be as dramatic as the family itself. Fans think that Karen Everett, who is renowned for being tough and having a sharp tongue, won't hold back. There are already fan accounts going around that say they have text messages between Karen and a friend in which Karen says she is shocked, disbelieving, and disappointed. It's not clear if these leaks are real or made up by gossip accounts looking for a chance to get attention, but the rumor mill is going full speed ahead. Chantel herself is at the center of this maelstrom, yet she has chosen to stay secret. A lot of people think it's strange that she's quiet. People have always said that Chantel thrives on conflict and gets power from family fights and public events. It doesn't make sense for her to not say something now. But for some, this silence means something more. Maybe a lady who has lived her life on TV for years has determined that her new marriage won't be as chaotic as her first one was. If that's true, Chantel is trying to do the impossible. Change who she is outside of the show that made her famous. At the same time, TLC is in a tough spot. Chantel Everett is more than simply a person, she is a brand. Her narrative with Pedro Jimeno was the basis for seasons of 90-Day Fiancé, spin-offs, and hours of reality TV drama that kept people watching. Producers used her family's drama and the end of her marriage to make some of the most talked-about scenes in the franchise. Now that Chantel has secretly married a woman and seems to be keeping her family at a distance, the story's foundation has changed overnight. Insiders say that filmmakers are rushing to talk to Chantel in the hopes of getting her to let cameras into her new life with Ashley. One unidentified member of the production staff added, "They see this as gold. Chantel coming out, Chantel dealing with a same-sex marriage, and Chantel's family dealing with the news. This is a ratings bonanza." Chantel, on the other hand, isn't letting them in. Not yet, anyway. The network is said to be looking at a number of options. A brand new spin-off centered on Chantel and Ashley, a continuation of the family Chantel with the marriage as the main emphasis, or putting Chantel on hold if she doesn't want to participate. None of these options are easy. It would be a shame if Chantel weren't there, but using her recent marriage without her permission could cause problems for the network that they aren't ready for. The fan response has also been complicated. Chantel's supporters have praised her for being brave and for being true to herself and finding love after her breakup with Pedro. Fans of LGBTQ+ people have especially thanked Chantel for her marriage, which they consider as a step toward more representation in a franchise that has been criticized for only focusing on heterosexual couples. She's showing us that love wins even when the world doubted her, one fan tweeted, and it got hundreds of likes. But the criticism has been loud too. Critics say Chantel is hypocritical since she called Pedro out for what she thought were betrayals, but then rushed into another marriage without being honest. Some people even say she was clout chasing, which means that the wedding was staged to get publicity or to get TLC to give her more money. Some people mistrust her motives altogether, asking whether the secrecy means she doesn't believe the connection is real. The rumors only get stronger as more supposed facts come to light. Some accounts say that the wedding took place in a secluded garden in Atlanta and that only 20 individuals were there. Some people say it was held out of state to keep things quiet. The picture itself is still the only real proof, and many sources have confirmed that it is real. But the lack of formal wedding records, at least for now, has led to conspiracy theories. Could it be a ceremony of commitment instead of a legal marriage? Could it be a stunt for publicity? Or did Chantel manage to keep the official papers secret from anyone who wanted to see them? There are no answers to these queries, and until Chantel talks, more speculations will come up. The cultural significance of Chantel's choice cannot be overlooked. For years, her identity was tied to her disastrous marriage to Pedro, which was full of cultural differences, distrust, and constant drama. People who liked her and people who didn't like her saw her through that anguish. Chantel is not only moving on by marrying Ashley, but she is also completely changing who she is. She is no longer the wife who is fighting with her in-laws. She is no longer the lady begging Pedro to be loyal. She is no longer merely the daughter stuck in her family's web. At least for now, she is her own person. But that freedom comes with a price. Her family feels like they were hit out of nowhere. Fans feel left out. Producers think they were ripped off. Chantel's decision to take back her life could cause even more drama than the chaos she left behind. Ashley Bowen, the other person in this story, has been mostly out of sight. We don't know much about her other than that she works in real estate and event planning. People who know her say she is loyal, discreet, and not interested in celebrity. That solitude may be what drew Chantel to Ashley. After years of having her life picked apart on TV, Ashley is a symbol of stability and normalcy. Ashley can't stay out of the spotlight long, though, because she is married to Chantel Everett. Tabloids are already looking into her history to find articles, images, or scandals. One gossip blog posted old college pictures of Ashley at a Pride march and said they were proof that she has always accepted who she is. Another source said she was formerly engaged to a man, which makes it seem like her life has been just as complicated as Chantel's. Ashley never wanted to be famous, so the intrusion could be too much for her. If she can handle it, it could decide the destiny of their marriage. Not just Chantel's fans are keeping a careful eye on things. Pedro Jimeno, her ex-husband, is now a part of the story again because of his connection to it. Fans have been flooding his social media pages with comments asking for his response. Pedro, what do you think of Chantel getting married to a woman? One person wrote, "Some were more harsh. She improved. Sorry, not sorry." Pedro hasn't talked about the marriage in public yet, but sources say he's surprised but indifferent. Since he's gone on with his own life and profession, he might choose to stay quiet. Fans still want to know how he feels, and they see him as an important component of Chantel's new story. The craziness doesn't seem to be calming down as the days go by. Entertainment news sites keep publishing pieces that look from every viewpoint. There are still a lot of different opinions on social media. Hashtags like #LoveWins and #Chantel and Ashley are popular. But so are hashtag fake wedding and hashtag clout chaser. The Everett's quiet is getting louder, making everybody the more excited for their inevitable answer. TLC executives meet in boardrooms to talk about whether to wait for Chantel to help or go ahead without her. What about Chantel? She is still a mystery. Her silence speaks louder than any interview could. Chantel Everett's secret marriage is no longer just a wedding story. There is treachery within the family, corporate strategy, fan entitlement, and cultural change. It's about a woman who has lived her life in public and is now seeking to find a private area, but the world won't let her. No matter how this chapter ends, success, failure, or another reinvention, one thing is for sure. Chantel Everett has once again captivated the world's attention, and the spotlight won't fade anytime soon. The backlash from 90 Day Fiancé star Chantel Everett's covert wedding to Ashley Bowen has reached a breaking point. The Everett family has finally spoken out after days of silence. Karen Everett led the way with an angry public speech that criticizes and mourns her daughter's decision to get married in secret. In the meantime, TLC has made its first official move, which shows that they won't disregard Chantel's new phase. Chantel and Ashley don't say anything as fans respond, which makes people wonder if they can handle the tempest that is developing around them. Chantel's mother, Karen Everett, was the first person to break the stillness. Karen was known for her keen wit, strong opinions, and intense protection of her kids. She couldn't stay quiet forever. Her comment came out late at night on her own Facebook page, then traveled to Instagram and fan groups. The post was both sad and harsh, showing how hard Karen's relationship with her daughter is. She wrote, "A mother should never have to learn that her daughter got married from people she doesn't know on the internet. You should include, respect, and value your family. Even when Chantel didn't see it, we have always been there for her. Being left out of such a significant day is too heartbreaking to put into words." This wasn't the right method. Karen did not identify Ashley or outright criticize Chantel's choice of spouse. But admirers quickly picked apart what she said. Some others thought they were saying they didn't like Chantel's sexuality. Others thought they were sad because they weren't included. A lot of people witnessed both. The comment section was full of people arguing about whether Karen had a right to feel betrayed. "Karen is bad for you." One fan said, "Chantel had every right to keep her wedding private." Someone else said, "That's her mom. Of course she's upset." This wasn't simply keeping things secret, it was leaving people out. Chantel's younger brother River spoke up on Instagram Live not long after Karen's statement. River, who was clearly upset, said while sitting in his car that he had no idea the wedding had transpired. He remarked, "I love my sister and always will, but I can't lie, I'm hurt. We were close as kids, but now she leaves us out of the most important day of her life? That's tough, man." Winter Everett, Chantel's sister, just posted a mysterious phrase on her Instagram story. "Silence doesn't mean peace, it means pain." Fans thought it was a subtle way for the family to show how sorry they were. Within hours, the Everett family's silence had turned into a public show of hurt pride and boiling anger. And with that, the story changed once more. The story was no longer simply about Chantel's secret wedding. It was now about a family fight that was starting up again, this time without Pedro Jimeno in the middle. TLC, on the other hand, finally spoke up. The network made a short but powerful message on its official 90 Day Fiancé social media accounts. "We celebrate love in all its forms. Chantel's journey has always been one of bravery and change, and we can't wait to share her next chapter with fans." The message was unclear, but many people saw it as confirmation that Chantel's marriage would be part of future programming. There were rumors right away. Would TLC bring back the family Chantel for another season about what happened after the wedding? Would they make a brand new spin-off with Chantel and Ashley? Or would they include Chantel's story in a bigger 90-day spin-off about unusual relationships? Insiders said that conversations were going on behind the scenes. Producers are said to want Chantel to agree to film with Ashley, but Chantel is still not on board. Ashley, in particular, is believed to be wary of cameras because she is afraid of the invasive attention that ruined Chantel's last marriage. But TLC's public hints about new material are putting further pressure on Chantel. If she says no, the network might lose fans, but if she says yes, she might make the same mistakes she did before. The fan community is still very split. Chantel's supporters say that her choice to get married in secret was a way to protect herself. She gave us years of drama. Let her have peace now if she wants it, one fan said. But her critics say that because she is a public figure, she has to be honest. She signed up for a show on TV. She can't just shut the door and keep us out, another person said. This argument brings up a bigger issue. For reality stars, the border between their public and private lives is often blurry. People have watched every move Chantel makes, and the admirers who made her famous are not happy with her efforts to get her privacy back. Chantel and Ashley stay quiet as the dust settles, and their quietness is almost rebellious. Paparazzi caught the couple shopping together in Atlanta, with Ashley's hand protectively on Chantel's back. The pictures show two women trying to live a normal life in very unusual situations. But normal may not be attainable anymore. Every trip is picked apart, and every look is studied. Are they content? Are they having a fight? Are they hiding? The questions keep coming, and so does the stress. Pedro Jimeno, who used to be a big part of Chantel's story, has not yet made a statement. But they won't let him leave. People are often leaving comments on his social media posts concerning Chantel's nuptials, whether they are about business or pals. Some people make fun of him. Others want to know what he thinks. Some people even plead for a reunion, as if the years of pain could be wiped. Pedro's silence is similar to Chantel's in that they were formerly fighting, but are now choosing, possibly wisely, not to add to the fire. But the Everett family is probably not going to stay silent. Insiders say that Karen is already talking to TLC producers, and she might be working out a deal for her family to be on whatever new program comes out. If this is true, the turmoil might soon go from Instagram posts to fights on TV. Karen confronting Ashley, River demanding explanations, and Winter quietly showing her disappointment. These situations are so easy to write that producers know it. The big question is whether Chantel and Ashley will consent to be on camera. Chantel Everett's secret marriage is one of the most startling things that has ever happened in the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. What started as a viral picture has turned into a cultural event that deals with love, identity, family loyalty, and the cost of celebrity. Chantel's narrative is no longer simply hers. It is now a mirror that shows the dreams, judgments, and expectations of millions of people. There is no clear road ahead. Will Chantel pick her family or her husband? Will she let cameras back into her life, or will she do everything she can to keep her new privacy? No matter what she decides, one thing is certain. The world is watching, and the narrative is far from over. This gossip is over. If you liked the video, then give your opinion in the comment box and stay with us by subscribing the channel. Thank you.